YTPC Padre Piper coming at you via the virtual airwaves of the YouTube pipe community to say hello and to do both a video response and a little bit of a shout out to Pipe and Tobacco Review. If you're not a subscriber, look down in the cellar from this video, and you should be. And Justin over there has a wonderful channel and is doing a video response giveaway. And interestingly, which I think is wonderful, by the way, doing this not for any kind of subscription purposes, but just because he's got a great idea for some video responses. And what he's asking folks to do, he's calling it a Patriotic video response giveaway. First, some housekeeping, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. Smoking my unfinished Savinelli, the Savinelli Series III, and in it, as I just give it a little bit more of a light, or maybe just a tamp. In it, I'm smoking some English Orient, which was just a bulk blend that was available at the old Grapevine cigar and pipe shop in Grapevine, Texas, when I was traveling through there in the summer, where I picked up this pipe and picked up this wonderful Oriental Forward Latakia English blend. Tasty, wonderful. That's Annie in the background, Super Dog, if you see her showing up in the shot there. And it's a little breezy, so I'm hoping that the wind isn't too noisy on the microphone. But back to this Patriotic giveaway. Justin over at Pipe and Tobacco Reviews had mentioned that he thought that taking a look around the country at the moment, and American, I know people in YouTube all around the world, but particularly in America right now, there's a lot of division, and in his words, it's almost as if America is kind of tearing itself apart, and certainly unnecessarily. That we got to remember we can disagree, and we can do so in an agreeable fashion. We can be nice to each other even if we disagree. And he wanted to ask the YouTube pipe community to brainstorm how we can bring a little bit of kindness, a little bit of tranquility into people's lives. Is there something we can do right now to make somebody else's life a little bit better, a little bit easier, a little bit happier? And I thought that was a wonderful question to ask of the YouTube pipe community. And if anybody can solve this kind of problem, the YTPC certainly can. Now, before I get into my answer to this question, I'm going to have to tell you, this must be the preacher in me. It's a 5-point answer, but I'll be quick. And I think all 5, it's actually, think of it more of as a David Letterman half list, right? It's the top 5 ways that we can be kind to someone else and be meaningful in the process of doing that. Now, having said that, I just want Justin to know that I don't remember how you're picking the winner. I don't know if it's a random draw or if you're going after what you think is the best video response. However you're going about it, I'm going to tell you my video response is not going to be as good as one I watched earlier by a guy named Ed, whose channel I just found, and his pipe channel is called Heroic Piper, I believe, or Heroic Pipe. I'll put down in the cellar a link, because I just subscribed to him, and you should as well. And what I want to say to Pipe and Tobacco Reviews, if somehow or another I become the winner, I want you to send that prize over to Ed, because I think his answer, his video response is far better than anything I could have ever come up with, and so he's well deserving of it. So without further ado, I'm going to give you my top 5 ways that any of us in the next few moments could go about bringing a little bit of peace and tranquility and happiness and joy into somebody else's life. Okay, here's number 1, and this is from the get-go of the 5. This is the only one that'll cost you a dime. Everything else you can pretty much do for free. Number 1 is the classic pay it forward. Next time you're in line at Starbucks or wherever you're getting your coffee, go ahead and pay for yours, and pay for the person in front of you at the drive-thru or behind you, or however you want to do that, and start a chain reaction of kindness. That whole pay it forward technique is just a wonderful way to easily bring joy to somebody, and you may actually be doing something for somebody who appreciates it more than you could ever know. And you know, it's a simple technique. You've all heard of it. That's the only one I'm going to give you today. It's going to cost you any money, right? Okay, here's number 2. And actually Ed mentioned this one as well, and I made my list before I saw his video, but it's easy. Just donate stuff. Go into your closet. You've got stuff in your closet you're not using. You've got clothes that you've outgrown because you've put on weight. You've got clothes that are too big for you because you've gotten in shape and you've lost weight. You've got clothes that you just don't wear anymore. You've got stuff that someone else could make use of. Go clean your closet, get rid of that stuff, and if it's in good enough shape, and a lot of times a lot of that stuff is still in good shape, give it to a charity who can make good use of it. There are people who could make very good use of, and in fact will need stuff that you have that you're not using anymore. That's number 2. Number 3, smile. Smile. Believe it or not, there has been scientific studies done that have shown that the human smile actually causes other people to want to smile. So if you smile towards someone, it makes them want to smile more. And do you know, we are the only animal species on the planet that when we show our teeth, it's not a sign of aggression. It's a sign of friendliness. And what it does is it actually has an impact at the neurochemical level, at the level of neuropeptides and neurotransmitters. When you smile, you cause your body to release natural endorphins, and you cause a release of agents, neurotransmitters that hit on the dopamine receptors in your nervous system, as well as the serotonergic, the serotonin receptors in your nervous system. And those are the two, believe it or not, those are the two neurotransmitters, dopamine and serotonin, that 95% of antidepressant medications work on and hit on. So go ahead and smile, because it's going to make you feel better, and it's contagious. The person receiving the smile has also an increase in their serotonergic activity, their dopamine levels, as well as their endogenous endorphins. That's those feel-good chemicals in the body. Smile. What else do I have on here? How about this one? Pray for someone. Pray for someone. You knew I was going to say that, right? I don't know how this works, folks. I wish I did. But I can tell you, when you pray for someone, it works. I guess that's why Jesus said, love your enemy, pray for your enemies. Prayer changes. It changes people. It changes the person who's praying for the better, and it changes the person being prayed for the better. Pray for somebody. It's something you can do. It's something you can do. It's easy. I wish I could tell you how it works. It's well beyond my pay grade, but it works. So I got through 4 of the 5 thus far. Here's my number 5. I'm just making sure, because I did my list out of order. Here's number 5. You can go on Amazon.com, and this is assuming that you purchase stuff on Amazon, and you probably do. Most folks do. Go to smile.amazon.com and pick a charity. And there's several, there's tons that you can pick from, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything more. Amazon gives a portion of all their proceeds to charity anyway. This helps you decide where it goes to. You can choose a charity that a portion of all eligible proceeds from purchases you make, Amazon's going to send to that charity. So you may want to support Habitat for Humanity. You may want to support, I don't know, your local church or local religious association, or the archdiocese in your area. Whatever the case is, find it on Amazon, smile.amazon.com, and go ahead and click it. And what's going to happen is every time you purchase an eligible expense through Amazon, a portion of that is going to go to that particular charity that you've chosen. It doesn't cost you anything. So I tell you, only one of them, the very first one, we got it out of the way, the whole pay it forward thing. It's the only thing that's going to cost you anything. So that's my top 5 list in response to pipe and tobacco reviews, video response, giveaway, about some things that we can do in the moment, in the immediacy right now, that can have an impact for the betterment on other people's lives. And I want to encourage you, if you are not signed up as a subscriber to Justin's channel, to go head over and do that, and to consider also a video response in this vein as well. You may have some ideas, or just one idea. All it takes is one good idea to share with the rest of us in the YTPC about how we can bring a little bit of happiness to somebody else in our lives. Padre Piper, wishing you and yours God's peace, God's grace, and God's blessings.